Coming up next, ColdCraft Ultimate with G. The ColdCrafters joined together for the first end raid in Omecca history. After the events, G wraps up Tentel and Ome Conna. This episode was recorded from April 8th to May the 1st.
Before we go to the portal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on. Yeah.
It's very quiet music.
It's like an ending.
Inside the
Oh, guys! It's going backwards!
Going back?
Backwards?
It went back?
It went back!
See where stuff is.
Alright, yeah. X-ray, activate. Oh
Okay.
my gosh, I feel like I'm on the... Oh wait, bookshelves! We're here! We're here! We're here!
Wait,
Oh,
is
wait.
Is that actually
wait,
where?
We're here!
I'm coming back, Hang on, give me a second.
That's
Oh,
a...
no.
Oh!
Oh! That's first death. Well, not first, but you know what I mean.
It's
Is that a
perching!
perch? Is that a perch? It's perch?
Perching!
Oh shoot,
Are we
there's a lot
gonna...
of people.
No, once we head to the credit scenes, like once we go back to the portal, are we gonna respawn?
I got a couple angry boys with me.
But what if you die here?
Still streaming.
It doesn't really matter,
Please
Oh!
help me in chat, bro.
Oh!
What is it
That
going
was the luckiest
Hey,
bit ever! It was Miles, wasn't it, right?
Yeah.
Who got all of it?
Yeah,
Who got all the
the
levels?
XP.
It totally did not just drop into one.
Kill
by
him!
the way.
Good evening, I'm G, and this is another episode of the ColdCraft server. Tonight is the night. Well, not tonight, but we are finally going to we're going to finally start working on the thing behind me, not the signs. No, the signs mean nothing. They mean nothing. This building layout that we have here, it's been in the back burner for a while. I couldn't get a chance to work on it because, yeah, in the previous episode we worked on the raid, so because we finally got to the end and we raided the dragon to death, this is now ready to begin process of construction. As you can see, we definitely have some form of a layout going on, and I think I am sort of in my final stages for this. So what we'll be doing is we'll be working with this block palette over here, moving from bricks in this section over here, eventually moving towards nether bricks, which is a very small portion of the actual build, the small nether bit. Most of the nether stuff is actually going to be over where the portal is going to be, so in the nether is where all the nether stuff is. And then we transition to the darker elements, so we transition from red to dark red, and then we switch from the red zone to the gray shade zone, and then we go from deep slate tiles, deep slate bricks, regular stone bricks, and then we go to the end stone bricks, which is going to become the palette for this end wings over here. So the end wings over here are going to be out of end stone bricks, whereas the middle portion is going to be made out of traditional bricks. So the reason why I wanted to have it like that is to kind of, how do I say this? I want to give it some form of history, a background of saying, hey, this used to be just one section and now it's expanded because we have such a big political system now, or something like that. I'll probably have it more refined later on, but yes. So yeah, we're gonna change this landscape up to have one more big fat building on here. Hey buddy, how you doing? Also, my diamond gear is gone. Kinda had a little bit of a situation go on. Pretty sure you saw it already. Quite saddening, but it's fine. So, yeah, why don't we get started on the time-lapse with this, because we have a lot of work to do, and I don't have a lot of time to explain. So, let's get started. Woo! And the screaming chambers are done. Omecca, you've never looked bitter. Not bitter, better. So this is the Omecca chambers. So this is where we all vote for our new parties and stuff. So this is all of the villages that you can vote in, yada yada yada. All the inside stuff that you don't really need to worry about because, well, we don't really show those inside the videos anyways. This is the party meeting area, so if you're a blue member, you'd meet here. If you're a red member, you'd meet there, and you'd start talking about ideas to kind of combat the other party or stuff like that. But if you guys really want to combat party to party, party versus party, then you go here. This is the actual Screaming Chambers, which is, it's a different style from what I was going with, from what was going on in Semming. I wanted to be more of like serious opponents instead of just like a table everywhere, kind of like an executive meeting. Instead of an executive meeting where everyone was united, this one really shows oppositions and sides apart. Another style of idea that I wanted to have was like a circular style, and then like a speaker at the front or like a moderator at the front, but it didn't really suit the idea that the faction system was going for. Anyways, we have 2 rows of benches here, one for the reds, one for the blues, and if you're neutral and you just want to listen in, then you come through over here and you just watch the chaos happen. So that's pretty much it. But what's not pretty much it is the fact that we still need to finish Tentel. I need to finish the Tentel before we can get to actually working on Qenshi. So let's get through those time lapses really fast. Woo! And just like that, we are done. As the sun sets, so does the era of Tentel, and that looks really good. I'm gonna say this is a really good design. Once I had something going, I just kept going. I'm glad I kept going because I just kind of, I knew that something didn't feel right when I just built 2 buildings, and then I added a third, a cartographer center, and then I added a 4th, which was a mason market, and then I added another, which is a radio communications tower. And then I tied it all in together with a nice little road pathing network and just some trees and leaves to kind of really wrap it all up together. And in the night, it looks fantastic. I'll send in an aerial shot of a beautiful view. It's a fantastic view, really. There are some unlit areas though, so I will get to try my best to get that lit up. But for the most part, the high traffic zones, they're all lit up, and they do really, really well. I was thinking maybe to kind of repave these roads to maybe look more like tough, and to mimic the style of Spawn, but wasn't really a need for it. So yeah, that really ties an end to Tentel construction, and I'm glad that I had to do that because, oh man, I gotta tell you, this one was a fantastic project to work on for just a very short amount of time. But I've spent a month on it. I spent a month literally not posting anything, so all of the progress has been pretty stagnant. So having this just rush in on you all at once is really interesting. But I'm kind of rushing to finish this episode so I can get it out by earliest of May. So yeah. Tentel is done. We'll head to Qenshi and we'll start to cap in what we need to do for all of this. Why have we built Tentel up to have so many villagers? It all comes down to what happens in Qenshi. So here we are at Qenshi. as you can tell, there's a few changes to this village. One being we now have a nether portal that directly connects to the rest of the system. Here is our beautiful tiny chest system, which will host a lot of different building resources that we will be using in the near future to help grow Qenshi into this sort of, how do I say this? It's kind of like a villager hub. You know those VC bets that I built in Tentel? We're going to be making them a lot bigger in this, in Qenshi. It's similar to how we built an ATC in Semming, but of course we're going to have, to make it look a little bit cooler, we're going to make it look a little bit better. I'm thinking maybe a water tower design would be nice, but we'll see how that turns out. If we actually take a look into a map of Qenshi, you can kind of see that the road, this is the portal, this is the main road that kind of runs through across this place. So across this well really is kind of where the problem begins. I'm not sure about whether or not to keep this well or turn it into like this fountain of hope, a fountain of villager. A villager fountain, I guess you could say. I think that will be one of the more of the decorative features that will be put up over there in the kind of like when we are finished building up Tentel's functionality, we'll start making it look nice. Because we have a more expanded map and a lot more of a detailed position, I think you can try to set up a really good area of where we're going to be trying to build. So as you can see through this mega map, we get to see Grocky, which is the two villages over here being converted into this kind of cityscape as well. My old death, which should be deleted forever in all of history. Marty's little valley over here, which he plans to call that chasm, or the chasm. And then Qenshi over here with its little cityscape over in this section, probably spilling out over to this side of the river. If I put up a very roughly detailed map of kind of where everyone's living, then you can kind of see such over in here. So as you can see, Qenshi kind of just does its own thing. Marty's off here in his like little mountainscape, and then Grocky kind of takes out over through this area over here. June Shores. June Shores. I initially wanted it to be part of the Qenshi mega group, but scale of that size is probably going to be too much. So I might think of not doing June Shores for the meantime. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of ColdCraft. I'll see you in the next one. If you're considering to press that red button, you could go ahead and do so. That blue button is also there waiting for you. It has a little flashing animation in mobile, which is kind of interesting because I never knew that was a thing until recently. And of course, if you're interested to show this with other people, then go ahead and press the little arrow button there. As for now, farewell.